Good evening, viewers.
Good evening from Gunners Lovers TV.
It's an exclusive special video for you
concerning a very live topic
that is trending at the moment.
Absolutely. And so this is Stella and
I'm Augustine.
If you're a football fan, except you're living under a rock, you couldn't have missed it. And the topic is the European Super League saga.
The great breakaway.
So first of all, my love, I'm going to go straight in. I'm going to ask you a simple question. How did we get here? Because some people are shocked at it. Some people are not. Because people like Arsene Wenger had prophesied it, like since God knows it, maybe 7 years ago, that the Super League, they're talking about Super League. So the question is, I want you to trace for us, how did we get here?
So guys, I must be very blunt with you guys that I was shocked that this incident that happened, people, the mainstream media, fans, they are pretending as if it's just started happening now. So for every event that happens, there's always a root cause.
Yes.
I will trace this problem back to the time when Arsene Wenger used to be in Arsenal.
Yes.
Now, most of the things he was fighting for then was one, goal line technology.
Yes.
Two, he was fighting for the Premier League to have very fair officiating when it comes to officials.
Yes.
He was also fighting for grassroots football to be protected.
Yes.
One of the things that protect grassroots football is academies, football academies.
Yes.
So most of his core, before we quickly continue, let me do
before he gets into the nitty-gritty of it.
Yes.
Cheers, guys.
Most of the source, the taproot of football academies have always been supporting grassroots football by government, by football clubs, by all government agencies that have any stake to do with football.
Yeah, local government.
So this problem started when we had the Abramovich evolution.
Yes, in Chelsea, guys.
In Chelsea. The problem started when we also had the Man City evolution.
Yes.
Where Chelsea was bought over by Abramovich.
Yes.
I can remember in that era, they were spending money
on
like waters. On ready-made footballers, ready-made.
The prices of footballers' legs just went high.
Footballers going 50 million. That was the first time I ever heard that footballers have been bought with such an amount.
It was ridiculous.
And I could remember when Asonga was shouting, "This thing will kill
the game.
Will kill the game."
I remember.
When they said he should keep quiet. In fact, they used to nickname him Le Professor.
Le Professor.
That he should face his book.
He should keep quiet.
That he's stingy. He doesn't want to spend money. So the likes of Gibbs, Theo Walcott, who were babies, were facing the likes of men like Drogba,
Essien,
grandfather,
Mike Essien,
and all these heavy guys, Makelele, they were facing them, who were bought like already made stars,
already cooked
from the
food
moon.
Was already cooked.
They just landed planet Earth.
Yes,
and started displaying.
And it was unfair competition at the time.
And then it was unfair competition.
Little
did Asonga did not know that it would get worse. When he now entered Man City, if we thought that the money Chelsea was spending then was big, the what Man City came to spend was like blowing everybody
out of the water.
If you check the squad that they have, you go and find out and you see what they have. So Asonga also went to the fact that he begged them that there should be UEFA. He cried to UEFA that there should be financial fair play.
Yes, absolutely.
There should be a limit to spending each season for buying of players.
To ensure fair play.
Exactly. And that's when he was start stressing British core players. The number of people to be in a team. Short and long, nobody listened.
This was a foreigner crying for us to develop football in England.
So my point is, where was the government when he was making all that
noise?
Where was FA when he was making that noise?
And where were the pundits?
Why did they
cry for the lower clubs like
that they were killing
Burnley
the likes of Burnley, West
and
Brom,
all that, who couldn't afford.
What did they do? They were
pay
criticizing teams like Arsenal that, oh, they had money they don't want to spend.
Yes.
That we were pricing players like penny and
crayfish.
What Nigeria call guguru and ekpa.
Like granite.
Granite.
Very cheap.
That as a Wenger should be working in Sainsbury, where he should be buying players. Sometimes when you price player, they'll say, is that for one leg?
Or for one hand.
Or for one hand.
I remember.
So this is the root of this problem.
Yes, okay. And secondly, now my husband has taken us, thank you, my love, for taking us to that where the
Memory
destruction started from. Okay. So because some people in social media are saying they're surprised, it just came out of the blues. It didn't. That's what we are saying on this channel. It didn't come out of the blues. Exactly. There has been a steady decline, a steady attack on grassroots football and on the football clubs who had no money. There has been a steady attack on them, but they didn't see it coming. Now I'm going to tell you how the Super League is going to run, what it entails, what they've told us so far. It says that the games will be played midweek in Super League, okay? And all the clubs will remain in their domestic leagues. But we know that Premier League and UEFA, they are banning and unbanning and all of that. But hang on, I'm just reading to you what the Super League is going to look like. So there will be 2 groups of 10. Right now, it's made up of 12 founding clubs. They said they're going to add 3 more founding clubs to it, which will make it 15. And then you have, they said they will have 5 more clubs that are going to be promoted to come into the Super League, making it 20. Okay. So for those 20, there will be 2 groups of 10 clubs, each playing home and away fixtures within the group each year. They're going to split them into 2 groups, okay, of 10. And then the top 3 from each group of 10 will automatically qualify for the quarterfinals. So in quarterfinals, you have 6 clubs, all right? Then the teams finishing 4th and 5th will then compete in a 2-legged playoff, okay, for the remaining quarterfinal positions, right? And a 2-legged knockout format will then be used to reach the final at the end of May. So this is the blueprint they have at the moment. So now my question to you, my love, is what is the impact of this big league, the Super League, the European Super League? What is the impact on, say, the Premier League, on the 6 big clubs, for example, and on the clubs that are not part of the European Super League? Okay,
so we're talking in terms of the club now.
Yes.
So
the clubs, both the big ones and the small ones, so you can separate them.
The first impact will be the financial impact.
Yes, okay.
Positive financial impact for the first 6.
Yes.
Negative financial impact on the rest of the other clubs who are not part of this Super League.
Yeah.
Now we are told that about $3.5 billion will be pumped. Euros will be pumped into these clubs.
Yes.
That have shown intention.
The big 6
have signed an intention to join the league.
Yeah. Arsenal has tweeted, guys. Arsenal tweeted, I saw a tweet this morning saying confirming that they are part of the founding clubs of the European Super League.
Exactly. So that's by the wayside. Yeah. So now the financial impact there is 3.5 billion euros.
Yeah.
Which in any face value is not small money.
It's not small money.
Pumped into one already made clubs.
Yeah.
With strong financial backers.
Yes.
Now,
but they've lost money. In fairness, in their own argument, if you flip it, they are saying they've lost money because of the pandemic.
Every club has lost money because of the pandemic.
Yes.
It now depends on the enormity of the loss. I remember Arsenal took a loan from Bank of England during the pandemic.
Yeah.
To assist them in overhead costs and blah blah blah.
But we know they have money.
We don't know what they use it for. That's up to them.
Yeah.
We are not part of their staff.
Yes.
So that is the first financial impact on the big ones.
Yeah.
The small ones, look,
The clubs like, Burnley,
I analyze
Sheffield,
something. The financial impact comes in different forms.
Yeah.
We know that TV rights is what clubs strive on now.
Yes.
To be able to get big resources to. It's not really gate takings.
In the absence of gate takings. In the absence of gate takings,
yeah. Even when there is normal football where fans go, the
TV rights
is very big. So you can imagine what will happen to the TV rights contracts that these big ones will sign.
Yes.
You can't see a West Brom playing
Sheffield
playing West Brom maybe weekend.
Yes, during the week.
Oh, sorry, during the week.
Yeah.
And the tuning fans will be high. No. When they know that there's no point wasting their time, they're going to watch Real Madrid and Barcelona or Real Madrid versus Man United on Saturday.
No, midweek, sweetie. The games are midweek.
During midweek.
Yes.
So everybody will be tuned in during that period.
Yes. So
Saturday, Sunday, people will maybe go for bowling and they go for swimming.
Yeah, because the big boys are playing.
The big boys are finished playing.
Yeah.
They're finished playing.
Yeah.
You ask yourself as a YouTuber, if you post matches, no disrespect to your lower clubs.
Yeah.
You post matches of Sheffield versus West Brom.
Who are the viewers that are going to come and watch it?
And Man United versus Liverpool match.
Yeah.
What the viewership will look like. Just test yourself on that.
It's true.
So that is what's going to play out. That's the impact that will happen financially.
Yes.
The other one is the impact that will happen to the grassroots.
Yeah.
Can I go on with that?
Yes, carry on.
The grassroots football is going to suffer. Because there is difference between this is what we are going to do and this is what we are doing.
Yes.
They are planning to do A, B, C, D, C, D, F, D, as they have because of the fears people have raised.
Yeah.
But ask yourself, who controls academies in England? Who controls the academies of West Brom?
Yes.
It is only West Brom as the ownership that can control that.
Yes.
That can. I don't see the Super League people saying we have put a general pot of 10 billion somewhere. Just go and tap from it, younger clubs.
Yes.
Or smaller clubs.
Like
I don't think they are brokering that to that level.
No.
If that was the situation, I don't think there will be fears.
Yes.
So say, okay, though we have assigned money to ourselves, there's one specially kept for likes of Burnley and the rest to go and tap to develop their grassroots. No. So that's it.
The question is, why aren't they pumping money into clubs that are not well funded? Fulham, Sheffield, even Everton. Although Everton has money now, they're building a 500 million stadium.
I will answer that question for you.
So why are they putting money in the clubs, Crystal Palace, clubs that don't have as much money as Arsenal and all of that?
This question will start from what will be answered from what I told you before.
Yeah.
Now, for anybody to come and buy any club in England, he must pass through the regulations.
Yes.
Approved by the government before he buys that club.
Yeah.
Now, for a businessman who carried his hard-earned money, maybe bought Man City for 50 million or 50 billion.
Yes.
He has been obeying, making the fans happy, buying big players.
Yes. Spending money.
Let me tell you, the strategy these people use, which we saw coming, which I forgot to tell you at the beginning, was that they first made sure that they seized and got hold of all the major clubs in United Kingdom.
Thank you. Exactly.
Nobody saw it coming.
Yeah.
They had this plan.
Arsene Wenger saw it.
Long time ago.
That's why he was shouting.
Arsene Wenger saw it long time ago. They came, arrived like
submissive businessmen.
Obedient servants.
Yes.
They came to test the water.
Their time.
Oh, we are for you. We love the fans own the club.
Yeah. We support grassroots football.
They took over Chelsea. The owner of Chelsea is from Russia.
Yes.
The one from Man City is in Abu Dhabi or whatever.
Yes.
The one for Liverpool is an American.
Yes. Arsenal is American.
Even up to Fulham, I think before they maybe gave to a new owner, it was one other man that also has it. Everton too, has been taken over.
Yeah, now they are building 500 million pound stadium.
So they have given the fans what they want. Now the businessmen are recouping their money.
And this is the way they
want
to recoup it.
The way they want to recoup it is by telling people that You can't tell me how
How
to
to
run my
spend-
business. Am I not paid to the government
Yes,
the statutory payment to take over club?
Ganga.
And have we not paying tax?
So now let me come to the question of what is the impact? What is the impact of this European Super League on footballers? Because now FIFA has just announced that it's banning football players from international games, as well as their club from, participating in Euro and all European games, and they're also asking them in video games.
Okay, so the angle to answer that question is what I've said behind camera before, which is we have seen situations where a player is tired of playing for a particular club.
Yeah.
He doesn't go to training anymore.
Yes.
And the contract says he must go to training. If you want to select him, say he's not feeling well.
What's that guy in Man City that stayed back in Brazil?
No, it was this Diego Costa.
Diego
from
Costa. Chelsea. I remember. He stayed back in Brazil.
The saga was going on.
Yeah, he refused to come back.
Until FIFA maybe stepped in or whatever.
Yeah.
And they said, well, the player is not a slave.
He was playing ball on the streets in Brazil.
Exactly. The player is not a slave.
Yeah.
I remember also before Aubameyang came to Arsenal, he had one or two issues with Borussia Dortmund, where I think he was playing on his own, and when that was, it's like you are pushing a horse to the river to drink water. You can force it to you cannot do that. What I'm trying to say,
you can force it to the river, but you can't force it to drink water.
What I'm trying to say is, it is easier said than done to say we have banned Chelsea, we have banned Arsenal, we have banned this, we are going to punish them. Look, let me tell you, it is difficult to implement.
Thank you.
Because I don't see a Premier League
without those 6.
Without those 6 clubs.
You can say that Arsenal is in good form. Arsenal is not playing well, but Arsenal has got history. People want to see Arsenal play.
Liverpool has history.
Man U, yeah. Man City,
even
all these
Chelsea,
clubs,
they have history.
Well,
West Ham, Upton Park.
Yes.
Before they moved to Olympic Stadium, they have their history.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to say is that the impact on because you asked me, say the impact
on the footballers themselves. It's not their fault that they are in this club. They're not the one who decides what the club does.
The only thing I see could take place is their contracts will be readjusted in the legal sense.
Yes.
Because what they are committed to is Premier League.
Yes.
That's what they signed for.
Yeah.
To play for Arsenal. If Arsenal has taken extra commitment to say we are now part of a different body for you to play for,
you sign a different contract.
I think they have to re-examine their contracts.
Yeah, my husband is an IP, international.
In my own opinion,
intellectual property law.
That is a different contract entirely.
Yes.
Unless there's an open clause written in their contracts that more or less they are like workers. Anywhere we tell you to play, you play.
Go. Yeah. Because everybody,
but
in your own job, don't they say that you can your boss can assign you to other
duties? But this is where it will go wrong, because you want a vibrant Super League.
Yes.
You want something different from what the Premier League is. The players are already hearing you are going to be giving 3 billion.
Yes.
And they say nothing is going to come to them. And you want them to play.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be a problem. So that's what I think.
Okay. Now, thank you so much, my love. Yeah. Now, let's try and address the fears, the issues that the critics have raised in general. So you've talked about the damage to grassroots football, and you've already, just to reemphasize, my husband has told us that, look, the damage to grassroots football started a long time ago when you started selling the football clubs in England to foreigners. That was where the damage started. It didn't just start with this. It's not going to start with just the European Super League. The second thing we want to say is, I was listening to Michael Richards, and he was saying that, this is just going to destroy the soul of football history in England. Let me just quickly respond to that. I'm going to lean on what my husband has said, that look, the soul of football in England was destroyed. It was snuffed out like Arsene Wenger warned when you sold Arsenal to Kroenke. And you have seen how he has steadily acquired all the stake so that he's now the majority shareholder. When you sold Man City, when you sold Chelsea, when you sold Manchester United to big-time business tycoons.
The Glazers.
Yes, that was when you lost control. You are saying that they don't have loyalty to this country. That's what I think it was it Gary Neville said that? Yes, that is the truth, because when
they are businessmen.
When you should have outlined what you wanted. When Arsene Wenger was advising England that, look, these guys are destroying grassroots football. Do it in such a way that I personally would have loved to see a situation where when they were selling those clubs, they would have told the club owners in contract, in writing, that, look, you cannot bring 70% or 50%, for example, of your players must be from academy, must be from grassroots football. And then maybe 50% from, or 60-40.
And even a limit to the amount you're paying for one player.
One player. They should have been safeguarding. You know, that is when you should have kept the soul of football history intact in this country. That is the opportunity the authorities had to have, you know, put the boundaries in place to say, look, we don't want grassroots football to be destroyed. But since you let them go, you just give them a free rein to do as they like. It is not today. Now that they are full-grown men.
Spilled milk.
These people bought this club 5, 7, 8, 10 years ago. Now you want to start telling them how they will run it? I don't see how that's going to work, because like my husband said, these are investors. They don't have soul. You know, all they do is money. It's all about money. So they don't care about fans. Now, what's the impact on the fans?
Yeah, before we go quickly to the fans now, there's something Arsene Wenger also raised.
Yeah.
Which was the UEFA, FIFA, everybody, they knew that this Super League, the proposals were being made.
Yes.
They were told more or less to calm down, because some of the criticism and things they wanted the UEFA to change.
Yeah.
UEFA promised to change
it.
But even before UEFA released those changes,
yeah,
I think either somebody whispered into their ears or they got to know about it,
yeah,
and discovered that those things, in quotes, which were supposed to be changed, they were not changed. So if you want to get more on that, you can go and listen to Arsene Wenger's interview on that.
Yeah.
But the impact on the fans.
Yes, what is the impact on the fans? Because people are really crying. What about the fans of all these other smaller clubs? You know,
yes.
What's going to happen to them? You know,
the truth of the matter, in practical terms, because I always like to be, blunt and practical in my analysis.
Yeah.
When a football match starts,
yes,
and they kick the ball,
yeah,
the fans will not remember grassroots.
Yes, exactly.
Once everything starts, and the Arsenal as a core Arsenal fan,
yeah,
we start playing, they will go and watch.
Yes, even the Western fans will go and watch.
If you are not watching, then you are watching your television. The highest I think will happen will be that the fans will be so angry they won't show up in the stadium.
Yes.
They watch it from their home,
yes,
to make their point,
yes,
known to the owners.
Yes.
But question we should be asking ourselves is, how far has this Super League development gone? Is it a point of no return?
Is it?
Can they cancel it based on outrage from the people now, from fans, from everybody? If that outrage and all the criticism that is going on about the way grassroots, because what is going to happen now is that, according to the fears of the critics, is that competition will no longer be there.
No, you're asking too many questions at once. That question is still coming now.
So
finish with this one.
So the fans,
yes,
the fans in effect,
yeah,
the direct impact on them is the fact that they can see their club now be involved in what we call, some people have called it, like one of the mainstream, I don't want to call it, say it's a criminal act.
Yeah.
something is a betrayal of trust. Because when you are buying the club, they tell you the values.
Yes.
You accept to uphold it.
Yes.
And as soon as you buy it, now they have turned their back on the fans.
Those are the business owners.
The painful part of it is that fans in many of the clubs, they don't have shares. even if they have shares,
absolutely,
they have shares, it's not up to 5%.
Yes.
Even with 5%, with 5%, you cannot make decision in the board.
Fans,
you are not even part of member.
Fans, with the kind of history this country has, our country, United Kingdom has, with football, I'm surprised, just like my husband just pointed out, that fans don't have a good stake, even if it's 30%, 40% in business. We've just been paying money as gate takings all these years, enriching these businessmen for years. And how do they pay back now? By doing exactly what they want. So I think going forward, I'm going to come to recommendation, but I think going forward, fans should clamor for shares in football clubs so that at least they will have a voice. They will have a voice. Right now, they don't have a voice. They don't have a say. Yeah. Whatever happens is what the business owner
wants. And this is what the government should be busy doing.
Exactly.
Because even fans...
Boris Johnson is coming out to talk now. I think it's a little late in the day for Boris Johnson to come and be dictating when the soup is already cooked and the food has been eaten.
Yes.
You should have been doing it from the beginning.
I can't see how fans will hold meeting in Arsenal Stadium now.
Yeah.
And it will affect
the decision making on the board
or buying of shares. How?
Nothing.
How is it going to affect it?
But if you were shareholder, if there was basic shareholders, yes, if we were shareholders, then we can, you can come together and take action. But right now, we can't. That's the truth.
That's why the point you made before, when they were buying, because I think the only thing they check extensively, when you are buying clubs, is to see that where you got the money from is transparent.
Yeah,
that's what they get busy about.
Yeah,
but they don't
have been so much more than that.
They don't extend it to say, oh, let's say, okay, how much share are you now leaving for the fans?
Yeah. Okay. So and then the question you were trying to answer before I said you will come to that is, now let's also address another issue the critics have raised about the fact that it's eliminating fair competition, because they're saying, look, why don't you collaborate with more clubs to provide fair competition for all? What do you have to say about that?
Well, you have heard the saying that he who plays the piper
dictates the tune.
The people who play the piper now is the owners of these 6 big clubs.
Yeah.
It is so clear. Their criteria, they didn't consult any other person except the 6 of them.
Yes. Not even the footballers, I'm sure.
Not even footballers. I'm sure most managers will be shocked to be seeing what is going on, but they have no choice but to conform with their employers.
Yes.
So the issue of the question you have asked me, fair competition.
No, because they are saying that this is now an elitist football club. Just for the big boys and nothing more.
It has always been elitist in the sense that sometimes you see a core Premier League team, which has not been taken over by one of those big people.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see when they play against the big boys.
Man City.
You'll be wondering.
Burnley versus Man City.
You'll be wondering how the referee is making some decisions.
Exactly. I remember those days with Manchester United as well. During Ferguson's time, oh my days.
You'll be hearing extra. They used to call it Fergie time.
Yeah, we used to have Fergie time. So
Fergie time.
The elitist club have always existed. It's just that now it's so much. The disparity is so much now. It's like putting in our language. There's a proverb that says that when the dirt in the soup is too much, a blind man will know that it's not crayfish.
This is not crayfish at all.
Yeah, they've been doing this elitist club in England since. It's not today now.
The only thing that has happened now, bluntly, as I said it behind camera, is that the Premier League and UEFA, they have made their match.
They have made their match in the European.
The only problem now is that when they say when 2 elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers. The grass that is suffering now is grassroots football,
and the fans are crying.
Because there's joy in competition, and you come out and make the winner.
Yeah. For example, they were saying that I think it was it Mesut Ozil. A lot of people are saying that, look, when you are in championship, like in England now, championship, National League, your aspiration is to at least play in Premier League.
Yes, you get promotion.
Now, when you all play in FA Cup, FA Cups brings you visibility, or Carabao Cup, you know, that kind of thing. So that's the aspiration for every player. So that one day I will get scouted and I will play in Premier League with the big boys. So indeed, there has been a system of promotion. So
there's a structure.
There's a structure, and they feel that this European Super League is destroying the structure. But is there any way that it can preserve it?
Well,
can it still be preserved the way it is while European Super League can stand the way?
Until they lost their birthright, where they sold their birthright. You see,
they sold their birthright.
They sold their birthright
for porridge.
For
food.
What has happened is that football used to be a sporting event.
For fun. Extraordinary fun.
It's for entertainment where there's always one winner.
Yes.
And it's a word they call sportsmanship.
Yes.
The loser, which is called the second best, we take it as a sportsman, that okay, there will be another time we'll compete again.
Yes.
We might be the one who will win.
Yeah.
But the football is no longer sportsmanship. No, football has now been
unfair competition.
Upgraded to a business.
Yes. Because are you telling me, just to support what you're saying, are you telling me that Burnley and Man City, although they are playing in Premier League, the same league, are you telling me there's fair competition there?
There is not.
Is there?
There's no fair competition. People are just turning blind eyes to it.
So why is? But now people are screaming of this one because the disparity is so wide. But there isn't fair competition in Premier League.
Go and ask West Brom fans. Go and ask Burnley, Sheffield, how they feel.
How they feel. Keep going, getting relegated, going to Championship and coming back. Going to Champion. Why these clubs? These 6 clubs have never been relegated.
Most of those clubs, it's even recently they started buying foreign players and all that to try and even compete with these big boys. Before, they just use the boys they came from academy with, and those they bought from League One to play.
And they have to play with the people who have been bought 90 million,
so when
72 million,
when they saw that it's no longer working, they now also started doing the same.
Yeah, so what we are saying on this thing is, all these issues that the critics have raised are existing issues in England.
Yes.
Okay, it's just been exacerbated now because of the disparity, you know, because of the funding, 3.4 billion, everybody's like going gaga. Yes. But one other thing, so part of the recommendation, we are saying, is it possible, my love, that European Super League can think about adding relegation format? First of all, do you even want relegation format and promotion and all of that?
Well,
in ESL, European Super League,
they have their goal and objectives. You see, there's an objective for setting up this thing.
Yeah.
It will become more clearer when they are in operation.
Yes.
But I don't think, I might be wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think part of the most important thing, that is why the critics are saying, part of the things they are out to correct, and part of the things they are out to defend, does not in any way look like defending the likes of West Brom.
No.
And pumping money to, are they aiming to encourage West Brom to play ball, and one day West Brom will play against Real Madrid?
Yes.
What financial value?
Yes, that's what they want. They said they want a fair playing
But
ground.
you know it's not correct. Of what financial value will it be if they decide to show the whole world West Brom versus Real Madrid?
What do you mean?
Who is turning up?
People will turn up because Real Madrid is playing. If you have one big boy, it will draw the crowd. That's what they're saying. But what we are saying is unfair competition is already existing. Look at Barcelona. How many clubs are in La Liga? How many clubs? 3. In the whole of La Liga. They every year they win the league. 3 of them.
Yeah.
Up and down.
You think they are planning to make sure that the likes of Burnley rub shoulder with Barcelona?
And that is why the European Super League has started.
That's why people are saying that they don't have a vision for
small clubs
football
but it didn't start today. You people have this business owner, the media people, they started it a long time ago. Mainstream media. They've decided that it's only the top 5, 6 that they care about, or the ones that can go to Champions League. And that is why every club in Premier League has been fighting to stay in the first 4. Because if you are not in the Champions League, you are more or less, you are not a football club. So that's why this club started looking outward to get financials, to get businessmen to come and buy them over, to pump in money, to buy star players, to achieve that objective. So at the end of the day,
you have just raised a very serious point.
Yes.
One of the protagonists of this serious offense, that has eaten like a cankerworm into the fabric of the Premier League structure, is Mr. Mourinho, who has just been sacked.
That brings us to second
Nobody
topic.
knows
Mourinho.
the mandate he was given.
Mourinho has been sacked, if you are not aware.
He has the syndrome of everywhere he goes, buying already made players to compete.
Yes. He did it in Chelsea.
He did it in Chelsea.
He did it in Manchester United.
They spent million. The only way he escaped Chelsea was the first era.
Yes.
Where he was called the special one. By the time, when he came the second time, he became the special worst man.
He went to Manchester United. They spent the most money when he was there. Mourinho is one of the people.
One leg of one player, 90 million.
Who contributed to the destruction of the grassroots football.
Yes.
Arsene Wenger was one of the people who built grassroots football, who's been putting emphasis. Look at Arsenal. Now, look at Saka. Saka is 19 years old.
Yes.
Smith Rowe.
20.
All these small boys. Now, it is their turn. Willock. It is their turn to shine. If ESL exists, European Super League exists, it gives these small boys, an opportunity to come and enjoy what all these Gary Neville and all the Pogba and all these other boys have been eating, all the money they've been eating all these years. Now, why I'm not impressed. I am not impressed about the outcry from pundits. If fans are talking, I want to listen. But pundits, I don't want to hear what they have to say. Do you know why? Pundits and ex-footballers, these guys have profited immensely from this same businessmen pumping money into Premier League football. They've made their own money. These guys have businesses. Now they're able to invest in football. Now you are crying you don't want European Super League. Why? Is it because you're no longer a player yourself? Or because you are losing business as a pundit, or what? Allow the small boys now, who is their era. Things change. This is part of change. Nobody can stop change. It's constant. It's as constant as a northern star. So now, it's the turn of these small boys to enjoy. Let them enjoy. Let's see, like my husband said, let us see how this... I'm sure it's something that they are still going to be working on.
Of course, they work on it. What I want to say again is that during the time this destruction was taking place, the destruction started from Mourinho. I remember when Arsene Wenger used to talk about it, he was telling Arsene Wenger, he said he's a master of failure.
Yes.
You remember that word?
I remember.
It was because the man was criticizing all these things that were going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, as part of our recommendation here, is to say government is the only one, practically by law, that can stop these things from happening. Invite the Super League executive to a meeting in England and tell them in absolute terms that this cannot happen. Before they arrive, he said that before they arrive, you amend your laws, which is within your premise now. You can amend FA rules and laws to say Premier League players that play in this country cannot participate in any other league. Do you get my point?
Yes.
You amend it and put it into law. If you put it into law, the players here cannot engage in it because it's against the law of the land. They are supposed to obey the law of the land. But if it is left like this, for players to make a choice of where they should play, FIFA or UEFA will not be a hurdle for them. Can't stop them.
Yes, absolutely.
So it is my point is that Boris Johnson, it's not just mere talking newspaper about you criticize it.
Yeah.
Let this matter go. Let people write petition
and write bills,
and it gets to more than I think 100,000 or so.
Yes.
Send it to the House. Let the House now review it quickly as a matter of urgency. It passes first reading, second reading, and then we come out with laws to say, yes, it can happen in other land. Yes, you have seized the clubs because you are businessmen, you have money. But we cannot allow this happen here.
Yeah.
The worst that the businessmen will do
is carry their business elsewhere.
It's selling the clubs to other people and they pull out from England.
Yes, but that will be lots of money to them as well. So the truth is, you cannot eat your cake and have it. You cannot be telling the businessmen, selling to the businessmen on one hand. You forget that you have lawyers there that could have drawn up the papers, that could have taken care of all of these loopholes. You didn't do that. You didn't do your homework. Now it has come back to bite you in the bum, and then you are complaining. Going forward, our additional advice, going forward, if any Premier League club wants to sell to any businessman, go and get lawyers. Draw up contracts that will protect the grassroots football. Right? That will take care of all this nonsense, so that this kind of thing doesn't happen. They don't come back, trash your history, pull you down, and do what they want. That's the only way you can take care of it. But in the absence of that, I doubt you can do outcry from today to tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to work.
The Premier League is the envy of all in the world.
Yes.
What these people have done is to come here,
to break it, to tear it up,
grab it.
Yes.
Let me use Granny Revis word.
Yes.
Grab it, seize control of it, and tear it apart.
And it happens. You see,
anti-festive firewood fetched to the house.
Yes, you see what happens with all these high-rise estates. Somebody is cash strapped, sells his house, to a multi-million maybe venture capitalist. And then he says, please, don't tear down this house. Just maintain it because this is my family has lived here for 1,000 years, blah, blah. And he said, oh, don't worry. We'll take care of it. We'll take care of the neighborhood. Guess what? When they come buy for you, they tear it all down. They build estates. They build hotels. That's exactly what they've come to do. But I'm surprised that they didn't stop them before now. So, but for us, we think it's a little too late to cry when the head is off. But hopefully, they can sit down with them and make it better, make it more inclusive, which is what people are saying.
I should have more. We should have more faith in government's intervention rather than UEFA and FIFA intervention. All these sanctions
and ban and all that.
All these sanctions. If you sanction everybody, and that's the truth. If you sanction 6 clubs out of 20,
they are the ones destroying it too. They are helping to destroy the Premier League.
Who have already, you see, when people talk, I don't know whether they check whether these things are legally backed up.
Yeah.
You cannot just wake up, sanction clubs and say they have TV agreements.
Yes, TV rights and all
you are talking of deducting points. As
Gary Neville said,
deduct point.
It's not realistic. You can't do that.
Deduct point from
a club that ended.
Okay. Deduct point from
Arsenal,
Man City,
or
and give the title to who?
To somebody undeserving.
And we're still saying that some people are they don't deserve to be in first six. I will not fall into the same thing.
Yeah, that's hypocrisy. I see a lot of hypocrisy in it because, for example, why is FIFA jumping up and down and crying? Why? Why is UEFA crying? Because they are crying because business has been taken from them.
Of course.
They were guilty of was it not FIFA? It's a blatter that they were dragging up and down for corruption charges. So now you are crying because you are losing money. FIFA and UEFA are not crying because of West Brom fans. They don't care about West Brom fans. They don't care about Sheffield fans. They don't care about the clubs in Premier League that are going into relegation. They don't care.
Singing of grassroots by these people. They don't. How much are they really giving to League One clubs?
You are saying the business, the club owners are greedy. granted. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
But what about FIFA and UEFA?
What
You
are
are
they doing?
greedy cheats as well. You are all greedy, all of you. Stop deceiving us that you care about the fans, because you don't. None of you care about the fans. Okay?
Yeah.
Even the pundits who are making the money, you don't care about the fans. You get your money and you do what you like. I beg. If you want to sit down
end on the high.
Yes.
We have said what we need to say.
Yes, this is our own rant, guys.
We'll leave it at that. We'll
Yes.
see you next time.
Yeah, before we go, like our videos. Have you watched our Arsenal Fulham video? If you haven't, check it out. Slavia Prague, thank you so much for all the views. We're about 400 views on our Slavia Prague video. We're very grateful. Thank you to our new subscribers. Until next time, until Everton match on Friday.
Yeah, we'll see you then.
Love you.
Bye.